Let me start with Maya and my colleague Yashwati to felicitate Professor Gowda. Thank you so much for joining us. May I also please request Mr. Vikrant to felicitate Mr. getting this jersey. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Can I hear a thunderous applause as we ink this collaboration, as we ink this initiative? And let us also promise to ourselves that we will make it happen. It all lies in our hands. It's just.
Professor M.P. Rajiv Bogaji and Mr. Arvind Maya from Embassy REIT. Today is World Obesity Day. There are many forums, many problems across. One of the problems and the issues which is taken and not considered as an issue is actually obesity. Obesity is so normal, or overweight is so normal, that this abnormality has become normal. To the tune that 135 million, that means 13-14 crore people, and probably 25 to 26 crore people will be obese by 2030. Now, with this kind of a population, obesity is the center stage for all disease, more than 200 diseases. In fact, I can tell you all disease, whether it is mental, heart, kidney, gallbladder, arthritis, even infertility, everything originates from obesity. So I'm so happy, sir, that you are here, because while we actually make medicine, we do not forget that we have got a responsibility to be part of the prevention. And along with Embassy, which has built such a fantastic park, where more than 100,000 people come and go every day for the work, can we inculcate and start an activity which can bring the change in their lifestyle? As somebody says that, in a family where people don't run, diabetes and metabolic disease run in their families. And running is a very simple exercise, doesn't take much of activity, much of the investment, and we would like to kickstart with Embassy. So thank you very much for coming and having being partner to disseminate this message of active lifestyle, and starting in such a fantastic park is actually going to be a good beginning. So thank you very much, and back to the MC.
Honorable Minister, as well as Mr. Rajiv Gauraji, my privilege to be here. Very quickly, we've built this beautiful Embassy Manyata Tech Park, which is 15 million square feet. As we always say, our principle is we don't just build buildings, we create, as we call, total business ecosystems, which has a lot of amenities, sports zones, facilities, retail, etc. As a part of our philosophy, we try to do something where we can engage with the people who come to our park. So we run a program called Energize, which is a combination of cultural and sports, but that is done once a year. So we were actually struggling, how can we better utilize all these facilities which we have created? And when Mr. Vikrant called for a meeting about a month back, and he said, we want to do something to encourage fitness, we just grabbed the opportunity to partner with them. And with that intent, we've created this weekly run every Saturday. Just as a background, just this Friday night we had an event, I stayed back here. Saturday I went for a run around the park. Even before this event, Vikrant, there were so many people around walking, using all the facilities. I believe with this event, people will be more encouraged to use this facility, and it will kind of lead to better prevention of the obesity disease which you mentioned. So it's our honor and privilege to partner in this, and look forward to this becoming a huge success. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Arvind.
Thank you. So, first of all, I think a word of appreciation for Novo Nordisk for having taken this initiative to bring about awareness and bring about change in our people's lifestyle and approach to health. And using this day, the World Obesity Day, as a starting point, and then tying up with Manyata Tech Park, so that people who are working here or who are coming and going over here, it's a huge population that comes over here and works over here. So I think to engage with them and to make them aware of the issues that we face in terms of problems in health that we encounter due to our lifestyle and the way we live and the way we eat and the way we conduct our life. So people who are especially in the working class and working in IT sector and all these new age sectors also, there is a tremendous amount of stress which also leads to complications. And so some of the best known stress busters is exercise and being able to lead an active life. Sitting at your desk and having a very sedentary kind of approach to life leads to so many complications. So that leads to overweight, you're physically getting overweight, leads to heart disease, leads to hypertension, leads to diabetes, leads to so many other, just now what Vikrant was saying, leads to so many other issues which can be definitely controlled or even prevented by maintaining a good physical lifestyle. And so I think Novo Nordisk is a global healthcare company which also I think focuses a lot on non-communicable diabetes and all those things. So I think they taken this initiative and to bring about change in approach and bring about awareness amongst the big section that works in Manyata. And so I want to first, after congratulating them, I also want to tell them that, of course, Mr. Kenny is here who also brought Notice people to me and said that they were doing this and you should come over here. And they also that, since you're working in the non-communicable diseases in that front, I think for our government, that's a big issue. And we are doing multiple programs on how we can, prevent onset of diseases, how we can control, especially hypertension and diabetes, and of course that leads to obesity also. That's obesity becomes part of the whole thing. So we are working on various programs. In fact, we'll be launching a program called Grow Arogya, which will be taking healthcare to the very doorstep of poor people's houses. So we've got various other programs regarding anemia and all those things that we are doing at a very massive, large scale, reaching out to all the villages, rural areas, small towns, and making them aware of, one is to be aware and one is to what all we can do to prevent. So Professor Rajiv is also here, so he is also very much in the know of things. So I think Novo Nordisk being such a huge global company, and of course you have your CSR commitments, and being also having a good base in Bangalore, in Karnataka. So I'm sure that you should work more with the government, with the healthcare, the health department that we have, and see that we can reach out to a greater section of people and bring about bigger change. So I would invite the Novo Nordisk to come forward and work with us, tie up with us. We can even sign an MOU if you want, and see how you can contribute. There are many companies who are working with us, like Infosys and so many other companies, AstraZeneca, and many other companies, the Tatas, all of them are working with us, and I think you being a big multinational with a multi-billion-dollar company, multinational company, and also having a good base in Bengaluru, I think Karnataka is something that we should definitely look forward to doing more work. I appreciate this work. This is also important. I think, Manyata, I think, will be well served by this initiative. And this should be also taken to more areas. So, wish you all the very best and congratulations.
To congratulate our proactive Health Minister, Shri Dinesh Gundrao, for taking numerous initiatives to improve the health of our state citizens. And of course, on this occasion, I'd like to congratulate Vikrant Shrotriya and Novo Nordisk and Arvind Maya and Embassy Rate for coming together to put in place this very, very potentially impactful initiative to get people to run. One of the things that Vikrant already mentioned was about prevention. These are non-communicable diseases that we had not even thought much about, in previous generations. But now, partly due to lifestyle, partly due to the stresses that we live with, hypertension, shall we say, diabetes, obesity, all of these are becoming very, very prevalent, and they're going to really affect our lives and lifestyles going forward. But we can fix this. It's never late. And to fix this, we need the cooperation of everyone in the ecosystem. We need the people who run this facility to think proactively about how to create the conditions that will allow people to actually exercise while they're at work. This is something, normally we segregate the two. We say work and play is at home, and work is work, right? But in such a large campus, I'm sure it's entirely possible, not just running, maybe even walks, various kinds of possibilities and facilities that would encourage people, maybe even having clubs, competitions, anything. We would love to make Bengaluru and Karnataka very non-motorized transport friendly, which means people should be able to walk and cycle and things like that. That's actually very hard to do because of the conditions of our footpaths and whatever else, and the way there's traffic overload. But in campuses like this, I'm sure you could install bicycles that people could pick up for post-lunch rides, or whatever. There's so much flexibility in terms of the day of people who work here that you can really come up with initiatives that make sense for all of them. I don't know if there are gyms here, but that's again something that could be integrated with the workspace. So if you do that, then you will actually have a healthier workforce. You'll be making life more productive for the companies that employ them as well, because everyone's happy and healthy and productive. That's really one of the crucial things. And with Novo Nordisk, right? I mean, they've been at the forefront. They're like a $500 billion valuation company globally, and they really have an opportunity to make a huge difference to an emerging economy. And there, I would urge you, I'm part of the planning commission, so we think also longer term strategically. And there's a lot of wonderful medicines that you produce. I would urge you to locate some of your factories in our state. This is a good environment for R&D. This is a good environment for for the knowledge economy and the pharma sector as well. And we would urge you to locate here in such a manner that your market will be close by, as well as a supportive government led by our health minister here. So let's think about steps that we can take in that direction. But fundamentally, I think creating awareness and changing lifestyles, making it possible for people to walk, run, eat less or eat more carefully, more nutritious food rather than junk food. All of these would make a huge difference. So I think this is a fantastic initiative. We're happy to be here. Thanks to Kenny Ramanan's invitation to all of us. And hope that those few extra kgs that I have will also disappear in the months to come. Thank you so much.
Often see that they have got sedentary lifestyle. People come, they come and sit on their desk, and slowly the obesity and the diabetes and other metabolic disease come in. Now to address that, we thought why not at a place where people are working, we can start an activity which is called as a weekend run. Normally we have seen the large runs once in a year, but can something be started on a weekly basis? And that is why we have come up with this under Novo Health from Novo Nordisk Education Foundation along with Manyata Tech Park, that let's come every weekend and start a movement of run. And imagine if this can happen in this tech park, and if this can happen in 25 other tech parks and all over India, how healthy our cities and nation can be. So I thank you very much, all of you, to come and join us. This looks like a small thing, that running, but I'm very sure you know when you get up early in the morning how difficult it is to go out and run, walk, or do exercise or to do yoga. And we just want to break this habit and make sure that people can come out and start something which is so fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you.